On the left side, we have Matthew Okimoto taking on the right side, Sam Toole. We know Shine won his match. I'm not sure who the winner of the final match was. It might have been Patrick, because I think Shine would have gone on to face him if Patrick ended up winning his match. Otherwise, if Patrick, yeah, because I think if Patrick lost, I think Matt would have taken on Shine. I think. Or would he have taken on someone lower? I don't remember. Either way, we'll find out. If Google gets me that information, I'll be happy to report it to you. But for now, Sam was on Firewind, Matt was on Suarez, so this should be interesting. I don't think I've ever seen these two decks face off before. There's a way to, let me see if I can do. All right, we're starting to pull in the chat. I want to see some votes in now. Who do you think's going to win this? Is it Matthew Okimoto with his Suarez, or Sam Toole playing that Firewind Braska's Spice? Looks like Brian Berkeley beat Pat. Rip, the curse of first is real. Oh man, that's no good. So then Brian Berkeley will be taking on Shine. I'm not sure what Brian is on. So interesting. But yeah, man, that's unfortunate. The old curse of first. Let's see. Ooh, we got a lot of votes coming in for Sam right now. Matt's kind of going up too. Yeah, and in case you hadn't heard, Matt is on Suarez. Sam is on Firewind. He's got some Braska stuff. But Sam is still holding the lead for now. No one wants to see Suarez win. And I can't say I blame them. All right, let's get into the Sam opening in Nordstallen. Surely every win player's a wet dream. Gonna get rid of a Terra and I can't tell what that is. Chocobo summon, maybe? This will be interesting seeing Matt on this. I'm only used to really ever seeing him on Earth Wind or Earth something. He did do monks at one of the light events somewhat recently, so I mean, he knows what he's doing, so I don't think he's gonna have any issues, but I've just never seen him play a deck like Suarez. What is Suarez anyway, really? Someone brought up Morpheus from the Matrix earlier. What is Suarez? How do you define Suarez? If Suarez are something you can touch or feel, then Suarez are nothing more than an illusion caused by the Matrix. And of course, like any good Soiree player, unlike me, he opens Amber immediately. Man, how do these Soiree players always open Amber? Oh, it's incredible. Incredible. But one good turn deserves another. Sam opens with his backup searcher. So Matt also opens with his. He says, hey, I can do that too. Comes Fiona for 2. Sam says, yep. Play a little gentleman's game here. Back and forth. Take some time building up. Hey, Luca. The nice anthem for Brave Exvius, making all the forwards 1 bigger. Which I don't know if that'll matter or not in this matchup, especially against something like a Braska's. Braska's already couldn't really ping any of them off in one shot anyway. So we'll see if that ends up mattering or not. It does keep them alive through something like Amaterasu, so that actually will make a difference. So like you can stop the Edel, but she ain't dying to it. That's pretty big. Here's Lulu. Nope, not yet. There we go. Braska's reactivate 2. Lulu gets back a summon. Sura. I'll stop there. Excuse me. Granted, Lulu is a really nice partner for Braska's. She can solo kill stuff with something like a Brynhilder. You can cast an Asura, setting something to 5, then Braska's can finish it off. Braska, not Braska's. Braska's final Aeon. Braska is the summoner. Erwin, discard, please. Sam's like, I don't want to. Yeah, so like even if you have Amaterasu here, it doesn't really feel good to do it. Matter of fact, it feels terrible. It doesn't kill the forward. So you're actually just discarding even more for nothing. So this is where that, I think her name's Leica, backup comes in huge. Uh-oh, Sam trying to play Trixie. Sura. Targeting backups? Is he setting up for a Fiona? Huh. What was... That's interesting. I'm not really sure what Sam... I mean, he basically just got rid of 2 cards from his hand. What was... Did he forget about the backup? Looks like maybe he did. Uh-oh. Sam make a blunder already? Maybe he wasn't sure what the... Yeah, I think he thought it was going to kill it. Or maybe he forgot. Remember, Lulu only triggers on your own turn. You can't Lulu on someone else's turn and have something set it to 5. Yeah, so he either didn't realize the backup was boosting it to 9 and thought it would kill it, or he forgot that Lulu doesn't work on your opponent's turn. Man, I mean, that just played into Matt. Matt was just like, "Oh, thank you, cool." So again, you ended up discarding 2 cards for nothing. Like, man, oh man. Yeah, you can tell Sam's just kicking himself for that. Like, okay, now Lulu can set it to 5, which, by the way, the anthem does still matter for that. It'll actually go to 6. And Thornton says, search whatever you want to. We don't want to see that either. Here's Lulu. He's got another Lulu in hand. Start trying to loop Chocobo, I guess? I don't know. I mean, you could get Brynhilder. You could kill this Erwin. Man, that's a lot of commitment for an Erwin. But he's just like, what the hell? I mean, you will draw a card off of it. Oh, man. Sam just seems flustered right now. Come on, man. That's not what we want to see. You got to give Matt your best. He does get the Jin down. This Lulu's likely going to die to the Elvis. Yep. Here comes Erwin for a first point of damage. Brynhilder hits it. Sadly, isn't enough to kill it. Wouldn't be anyway. Yeah, come on, Sam. You gotta... I don't want to see you just fall apart here because you got flustered from that play. But you can tell. Hopefully he's shaking it off and he's laughing it off. But I've gotten into a habit lately, especially in like physical games like this. People don't use die. They don't... He's going to misdragon away the break zone. To always ask what is their power level, you know, and do they say their printed power? Remember, they've got plus 1,000. Yeah, it's a bad habit to get into, is always to just assume. All right, well, let's see if we can recover out of this. There goes Merrill. Damage 3. There's Vaughn. Merrill could put us to 3 if he wants to. Nope. Matt says, I don't want those monsters to come on quite yet. Make you wait one more turn. I don't think Matt has to fear the burst that like Sam has to fear cracking back into his deck. We've got Pinello. We could get Vaughn if we wanted, or Philo even. Get our backups. I mean, Matt's already on 4. He could probably easily go to 5 next turn. I think that's what you want to do is just get your backups. You know, he can hit you 2 more times. He can put you to 4 if he wants, but the second he hits you to 3, you've got your monsters now if you really need them. Which, granted, they're not really going to matter with these being 9k bodies, but facial expression wise, Sam just seems very flustered right now, and I don't blame him after making that play. Really, I'd probably be pretty inside my own head at that point too. But he's got to find a way to reset. Be like, all right, it was a mistake. No big deal. This is just game 1. You know, even if he loses this, he's got 2 more shots to try to win. I'm sure Matt's encouraging him too. Probably like, dude, it's fine. I almost wonder if Matt even offered to let him take it back. So we're playing Pinello. We'll pitch an Amat. Here comes Vaughn. Yeah, the that Luca backup does really make like how valuable is the Amaterasu now? I mean the cancel alone could still be worth it, but ideally you want to see the forward die off of it. And we'll just pass after that. There's Damage Streets, Chocobo. Our monsters are alive now. There's the Dane. Oh, poor Sam just looks flustered. I'm assuming what he did was he forgot about the Luca backup because I can't imagine he's played as many games with this deck as he has. And he doesn't know that, you know, Lulu only triggers on his turn. Surely he knows that. Surely he just, you know, forgot about that Anthem back. Because you don't see that in all the soiree lists. It's only in this EX Burst Water-ish, you know, Japanese variant. Like, someone's just playing normal Earth Wind soirees. They're, or Earth, what am I trying to say? Earth Fire, whatever variant. Like, if they're not running that backup, they're normally all 8K, so the Amaterasu would have mattered. Matt could really just be patient here. I mean, I don't think he really feels the need to respond, especially with a burst heavy deck. I think you're okay if your opponent hits you. I don't know if your opponent even wants to hit you. We have Alexa we can follow up with. Another Tyro, maybe? Yep, there's Tyro. Get out whatever we want. Get out Madam Edel. Do we even have any soirees in the break zone that aren't already on the field? I don't know if I saw him pitch any that weren't already out there. Yep, there's Madam Edel. No, he's like, why do that? Let's just get Moshri. Probably a better choice. Like I said, I don't think he actually has any soirees in the break zone that he can't pull back. I think they're already on the field. Although Vespi is in there now, so now he's got a target. Now the nice thing is Mashri is quote unquote easy to deal with if he can get Brosk out there, as he just has to target it with a single summon cast. Which of course she can save herself, but it's a very clean way to deal with her. Probably our only board wipe for Sam is Susano. Which that will take out everything unless Matt saves them. But he also knows Edel's just going to come down next turn, bring in Vesvia. Vaughn's going to hit Mashri for 3. Terra. Attempt to get back. I'm assuming Amaterasu is his only target. She can't just cast off the spot. How many casts do you have to get to Vaughn to get to do 7? Is it 3? But he kind of needed it early. Granted, if he attacks with a Tomos, well, I mean, gives him all his backups. He can Fiona or whatever he wants after that. Yep, Matt says Amaterasu is good. Get 2 backups. What do we got to follow that up with? We can attack with a Tomos. We can attack with Jid, even if we really want to. I don't know if you want it. So again, this is one of those things like he really doesn't want to risk any of the bursts that Matt's got in there, but it will give him all his backups back. So Mashra, okay. So Terra can ping for 2. I don't think that's enough to kill Mashri, isn't? Doesn't Vaughn only do 3? If Vaughn only does 3, that should only be 5. We are going to miss Dragon it anyway. Terra ping will still go off. And the Mashri is a Brave Exvius, right? So isn't she actually 7 right now? I think Mashri is benefits from the Luca too, so I don't think she's just a 6K. But again, I think Terra ping is 2 and Vaughn is 3, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, right. Jin is on the field, so Jin does extra. So Jin actually would have done 4 from the Vaughn, 3 from the Terra. Well, wait. If that's the case, then shouldn't Mashri be dead, even if she's 7? Or Jin only affects your forwards? I don't think he actually affects backups, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember if he says forwards or fire characters, but if he said fire characters, I think it is forwards. So the Terra will do 3, but yeah, with the Luca, it's still not enough. Ugh, Mashri at 7K. Bleh. I can see why people like this list. Gonna try Brynhilde again. I think we're trying the same thing. So this Terra ping should finish her off. So at this point, Matt will have to save her. Yep. Bounces her back to hand. I don't think it was enough for the So the Irwin took 5. Yeah. These were some dice that come in handy. Trying to add all this together. Get all our backups back with the Tomos. Pray we don't hit a burst. Hey, Madam Metal. That's not bad. And pass. Man, Sam was like, he was having to work so hard there just to unfortunately accomplish so very little. And the only thing it cost Matt in the end was 3 break zones from the three break zones from the summon. Yep. We went to the summon pile and we removed 3 break zones. You heard it here first, folks. To the person who said it in the comment, yes, Ghoul and I will actually be doing a interview video. So I will be interviewing him. I don't know about today necessarily, but sometime right after the tournament. And we'll just kind of talk about his experience, setting up, what it was like down there, all that. So you will get a nice little recap. There's an Ifrit. Will hit the Irwin for 5. Sadly, Probably isn't going to do much beyond that. Granted, this does make the Jin a potent blocker, right? Assuming Matt doesn't have like a Titan. No, wait, doesn't Jin have first strike? Oh yeah, that's why. He already knew the Titan was coming. I thought he was just like, it dies. I was like, no, it's got first strike. Yeah, Matt was already prepping the Titan. I think this first game's looking over, folks. I mean, I guess never underestimate the power of like a Sasano to bring you back into it, but Matt's still got Moshri in hand. He's got so much value. There's Braska. I'm assuming we did this off the Fiona search. Yeah, we haven't gotten to see Braska do much this whole time. He hasn't come down yet. All right, Sam, can you pull this off? Can you hold on? He's gotta hold on to what we've got. Doesn't make a difference if he makes it or not. I see. Is that donut in hand? That doesn't help us much here. Man, Matt didn't even play the Edel. He just played Titan last turn. He's in such a good spot. He's still got the Edel. He's got the Moshri. Yeah. See a Cater as well in Sam's hand, which can do 6 to... Or no, we lost the Jin, so now it'll just do 5 to something. Got 53 people watching right now. Appreciate y'all being here. Special thank you to Daniel for being so distracted this weekend. This man was trying to play in the top cut and still run a stream at the same time. So a big thank you to him. As we would not be seeing this, and I would not be talking right now if it weren't for him. All right, Broskus finally hits the field. Maybe we can finally do something here. Cater's going to ping for 5 if she wants, or she can just reactivate some backups. You probably don't really want to kill the Merald because you don't want him to replay a new one. That was the second cast too. Tomos will give us 2 backups back. Oh, we've got Zidane in hand. Ooh, maybe we can rip our opponents. I don't know. I don't know what you could possibly rip. Something amazing, I guess. We're using Fiona search. Squall. No, another Braska's. Yeah, which is basically like a summon. Rarely do you see people use the actual other Braskas for that. We've got Zidane. We can play Zidane. Steal a card. Zidane can go and steal another one. Atomos can get us back our backups. Hey, Hecaton. Not bad. Unfortunately, not enough to kill these 9k soirees, but not bad at all. Terra will combo ping. Unfortunately, he'd wipe his own board with it too. Hey, he's still a Thoradin. Oof. It revealed into the Tyro burst, unfortunately. So Matt can get whatever he wants. Axstar probably. Now that he's on damage 3, Axstar would be really good here. Oh no, Susano of his own. He says, Axstar? Why worry about... excuse me. Why worry about that? I'm just going to clear your board out. Here's going in as well. There's Axstar. Did we go in with a Tomos? Yeah, I mean, your board's going to get wiped. Unless you've got Amaterasu, it's kind of just GG anyway. Another Edel. I mean, he's got Matt to 5, right? So if Matt has another Merald, it's over. Because what he can do is he can put down the Sasana, wipe the board. Surely Sam is going to respond with that Braska to at least kill the Sasano so it can't haste in. But then if Matt has another Merald or he's got one in the break zone, he can just play that going for the win anyway. If he even needs to. No, he's like, nope. Or I'll just cast Hecaton, keep my guys alive. Yours will all die. I mean, we can still Braskas. We can still Braskas to kill off. If we have 2 shots, we can still take it. Yep, there's one. Is that it? Looks like we're out of ammo. Yeah, looks like that's it. All right, Matt, we'll take game 1. You know, for as Matt felt like he was in total control for that match, but he still took 5 damage. So take that for what it's worth. He did still almost get close to dying. Sam, reset, man, reset your mind. He seemed very flustered after that blunder, and just, you know, it was a mistake. You move on. You know now. You know, expect that, Luca. You're gonna get your pick of going first here if you want. Just reset your mind, reset your brain, calm down. You can do this. You can give Matt a run for his money. I know you can. And Matt, you can just keep doing the same thing you did do because it worked very well. Yeah, we have the potential for Grand Summon in this deck because I know the Philo's in there with the Von and everything else, but he never got to that point. And Sam had a good opening. He had the Norstalin into the Tomos, into the... But yeah, that Irwin play just really cost him. It cost him more mentally than it did in the game itself. For anyone who's there at the store, any report on how the other match is going between Shine and I think Brian are the other 2 players? Thank you, Ghoul. Soiree winning. What a surprise, right? All right. This will be game 2. Oh, it looks like he opted to let Matt go first. And Matt played, I think he pitched Elvis for Elvis turn 1. Wow. That's got to be the quote unquote worst opening for a soiree I've ever seen. You mean they just played a 2-cost backup and passed like a normal person? That's not what soirees does. All right. Can Matt take game 2 and just put Sam out of his misery, or can Sam battle back and push this to a game 3? Hey, there's Philo. That gets us 2 colors. That's not so bad. And we got another one. Meath. Discard an Ifrit to... Or no, we paid for it with Ifrit. We're discarding the Brynhilder to get... Are we getting Braskas? Or Von, maybe? Could get Zidane. Zidane would have haste right now. You just go really... Oh, he is getting Zidane. Oh, are we seeing turn 1 Zidane? 3 cast haste, steal 2 of your cards. Hit whatever EX burst we want. And he's pitching the Atomos for it. He stole a Shijin. He stole a Hecaton. Here's the burst. Larsa. Not really a great burst, though. We'll see if Matt even wants to do it. Okay, putting Remora into EX for Axstar later is pretty damn good. Nice. I kind of hate to see the Atomos go, but That would actually have been a great time to see Elvis on a burst, where Zidane would have actually lived through it. Well, he's already got Elvis down though, so the Zidane isn't necessarily, and the Merrill doesn't have enough soirees to kill it right now. Yep, Thornton. Nice angry start. Stealing that Shijin might be pretty big. Although, yeah, Matt can just go grab it out now if he wants, or he can get Amber into whatever line he wants to pursue. There she is. Excuse me. Zidane will take another one, take one of those bursts in Kusith, and Titan. There you go. There's a burst we want to see. All right, 2 bursts that haven't really hurt us too bad so far. I mean, the Remora and the Titan are good X-Star targets later, but they haven't immediately punished us, so much better start for Sam, much better. And Matt didn't open. He had to turn one Elvis. Like I said, I can't believe it. We didn't immediately open Amber. Shijin's a bit useless for Sam. Kusith's not bad though. Kusith's quite a nice steal. As is again, Hecaton maybe not as relevant if we get that Luca backup down, but it also means there's just one less for Matt to use. It's Amber. Yep, Lady Amber. Get out probably Edel, maybe Merrill, depending on what we have in hand. Merrill to just kick this Zidane to the curb. I don't think Matt really minds going to 3 damage either. It turns Axstar fully online. Nope. He says enough of that. I'm putting out a blocker. Vesphia is going to draw 2. And we will pass it back. He doesn't have the Luca backup, so Sam can Amaterasu this stuff right now if he's got it. I can't quite tell what's in his hand. Okay, I see a Nordstalin. Now, if we do have the Vaughn backup, we could kill this Vesphia. And see, yeah, Matt knows. Yep, block. Zidane's reign of terror is finally over. Dude, we stole Susano too. What a hit. No, what a nice little backup board presence. Yep. And the Vaughn will take out the Vesphia. She's more than done her job at this point. Much better game for Sam. He stole some pretty decent stuff. 2 good summons, a nice board wipe. I'm assuming this is going to be Madame Edel, unless we've already got her in hand. Maybe we get Merrill instead then. Maybe, yeah, there she is. Nice, we've got Jin. We can go to 5 with Nordstalin. Sam has got options. He's playing a lot cleaner right now. Very smooth. Pitch at spare Pinello. Nope. And it was all Pinello. Zidane just came back with a whole bundle of cards in his arms. Like, here you go, sir. I got all these for you. And there's Zidane again. 3rd cast. Steal. What do we steal? I can't see what that is. Another Hecaton Kyre and another Kusith. And no burst, dude. Zidane. This thief. Stop that thief. Zidane's just running away like 1 jump ahead of the bread line, 1 jump ahead of the sword. I steal only what you can't afford. And that's everything. My goodness. We'll get Vesvia back, draw 2 cards. Good gravy, man. It's a good thing he's wearing his Tantalus garb, because Zidane is just putting on a show right now. Man, such good steals for Sam. It's so good. That's what's crazy about this card, right? It's like I've seen it against soirees with, where it just takes all the soiree. So it's like, oh, a spare Shijin, a spare Amber, cool. These cards don't do anything. He's getting some good stuff right now. This Zidane is opening his jacket. It's like, hey man, you want some good stuff? Got it right here for you. His whole coat is lined with sundials and Kusiths, Amaterasu, Susanos. This man has 3 board wipes just hanging out in reserve. And still, so Matt's backup line is full, and we don't have the Luca out. So the Amaterasu is fully on. Hecaton's fully on. Man, oh man. Should I be switching to this Zidane in my decks, folks? Like, I was really running more of the 3 CP1 because mine aren't like as cast heavy, but Sam's making me believe. Erwin discarded the other Zidane from our hand. Now, we are low on cards in hand, but again, we've got access to such a nice pile. The only thing he's got to just be mindful of is like casting a summon does give Matt Mashari fuel. Not that we've seen Mashari yet, but it is something you've got to be aware of. Well, and the problem is too, we have Edel on the board right now, right? So without, as long as she's there, we can't just clean cast Susano or Hecaton because it won't deal with the other ones. Because for some reason she protects them from damage and breaks. Not sure why. Yeah, someone mentioned the Resident Evil 4 shopkeepers. Zidane's like, what are you buying? Come back anytime, stranger. Ooh, this has stalled Sam in his tracks, though. Board wipes are nice, but not with Edel on board. Zidane can't run in here. He'll steal a card, and then he'll just die. And I'm assuming he didn't draw anything amazing. Granted, Kusith gets him back whatever he wants. I don't know what matters, but... Lulu? Yeah? A Brynhilde or an Ifrit here would be amazing. We can just pop the Edel in one go. I don't know how many Matt has in hand. Maybe 2. So it's possible he could miss Dragon. And that would be unfortunate. But maybe Sam's trying to say if he takes that shot. Granted, that would empty out Matt's hand. If he does have 2. He might have 3. I can't 100% tell. Maybe he does have 3. A tense moment at the top 4 of Final Fantasy Trading Card Game Dallas. Man, look at the deck sizes next to each other. Look at Sam's next to Matt's. So no Lulu. We're just casting Brynhilde. Interesting. Is he trying to bait out a Mist Dragon, maybe? No? Matt says, okay, sure. You can resolve that. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so Edel's taken 5. If we have a way to hit her for 3, Terra would be nice. We've got the Jin on board. But I mean, Mist Dragon's still going to stop, like, if we try to Lulu, bring something back to our hand. Sura, reactivate backups. We're probably trying to see, you got Mist Dragon? No? He says that's good. See, the thing is, he doesn't have to Mist Dragon until Lulu comes down, even if he does have it. And do we have it? Yeah, we do. Yep. I can see what Sam was trying to do. He was trying to basically bait it out, but stole a Vesvia. That's just kind of okay. So Dane does die. Considering Kusith to get what? We don't have anything left in hand, right? Is there something that pings on entry? Oh, nice. Good play. So, yeah, by casting the Kusith summon, Lulu sets her power to 5. He should draw. Yeah, you draw a card for the Brynhildr. So now he actually can potentially cast the Zidane again if he wanted. I guess he forgot about, yeah, Matt had to remind him, hey, man, you should draw off the Brynhildr. Okay, all right. So not like super, super clean, but we did get Matt to discard 2 Mist Dragons. And we got rid of the Edel. Here's Axstar. That's unfortunate. Gonna kill the Lulu. And now Axe, yeah, that's huge. And here she comes. No fun police. Woo, 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 woo. Marjorie has entered the game. And I'm pretty sure Matt's just got tons of summons in there to use her for, too. Although Sam's got an empty board. There's, I couldn't see what that is. That one's Fiona. Now, the nice thing is, well, there's Mashri. Okay, so here's the good news. He has no Edel, so you can just rip one of those Hecatons immediately. And Matt will have to spend all of his summons if he wants to save it. You know, he might just save the Mashri, but yeah, I mean, you can just clean cast 5 Hecaton here right now. And if you've got a way to loop it into Zidane as well, you can. I think that's what you do, right? If you, I don't know if you have enough to get there with Zidane as the third cast, CP wise, but if you can, you cast a Hecaton. I mean, you could even cast a Sano if you really wanted to, although Hecaton won't cost you a backup. Let him yeet his break zone to save Mashri. Maybe Axstar too if he wants to. And if you could get to a third cast as Zidane, steal another card, going for another point of damage. I don't know if he can get that far, but at the very least, Hecaton's a very easy out to this. Unless he's got another Mist, but he already pitched 2 Mist Dragon at least. Yep. Oh, we are going with Susano. Which, you know what that means. It's time for my favorite phrase when Susano comes in. Wild and pure and forever free. Wham! He just cleaves the entire board. Nope. He bounced him. Never mind. Did he bounce him? No, he did. Okay. He bounced him back to his own hand. Unfortunate. But he does still cleave the board. Yeah, because it was his card. So he can just be like, hey, I'll take that back. Thanks. But he did lose the board, so can't complain about that too much. We've made good use of that stolen Zidane pool. Man, it's just soirees, like there never comes a point where it feels like they're out of it. And that's probably why they've had so much success, right? Is that, oh, there we go. There's our 30x burst, which now means Larsa's buff is online. Larsa now will give 2k to the field. Now that's going to cause some issues. As now stuff will be out of range of Amaterasu, will be out of range of, like Brynhilde pings. Good news is we can always just nuke the Larsa, and then it's not a problem. Here comes Lady Edel. Yeah, like some decks, especially even if they go aggro, you just can beat on them and you just feel like, all right, I got them out of it. Yeah, the game isn't technically over yet, but they're out of the game. They're knocked down. Soirees just never feels that way, especially this variant with the potential for the EX burst comeback. Like until you literally put them down with the 7th point of damage, it feels like they always are in it. And it's probably why they've shown up and been so successful at so many tournaments. Some people were saying Hecaton better than, yeah. I kind of liked that because he can bounce the Sasano back to his own hand. Now Hecaton does give Moshri one more trigger, but still, like it. Yeah, I don't think it goes to the break zone until it resolves. So Moshri wouldn't actually be able to use this part of her club. So I do kind of wish he had used, and it doesn't cost him a backup. Yeah, I do. I really would have rather seen Hecaton there than Susano. Here comes Madame Edel. We'll get Irwin. What do we have? Braska, Zidane, Brynhilde. Probably Zidane. You don't really care about Braskas in this situation. No, he does. I was surprised. I thought he wouldn't even care about it. He doesn't really have much fuel for it. He has one Brynhilde in hand. He'd have to draw into more. Adel's protecting everything anyway. Granted, Zidane at this point, too, with these blockers, is only going to be... Now, again, we can still Hecaton Kyre here, and we'll take out everyone but Erwin, right? You'll kill the Larsa, then Edel's power drops, so she'll die too. So yeah, it's not a complete board, but it still takes out 2 guys. I don't think that's bad. He lost the Braska, so we know we have Zidane. We got Brynhilde. I say you could even stack Brynhilde on that if you really wanted to draw a card. Braska's... We're just going to blast... Are we casting the Asura? I'm assuming, are we using the summon for it? And Jin should buff this power too, right? It's an ability, so Jin actually makes this 8k. Oh, maybe he used both for it. Why did he take a point of damage? Oh, he used Grand Summon. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure what happened there. I was like, wait a minute, what? Okay, so he used Grand Summon to just break them both outright, take a point of damage, which of course Matt was more than happy to be like, Thoradin, don't mind if I do. So maybe what he did was he pitched Brynhilde to play Braskas and then used the Asura for the special cost, tap the backups for the rest of Grand Summon's cost. Yeah, it kind of confused me the way he paid for that at first. I mean, with the Jin, though, I mean, granted, it deals him a point of damage. He could have also just used the 2 summons, hit Larsa, hit Edel. Jin bumps it to 8k. Would have been enough to kill both. You don't deal the point of damage, though, which is obviously what he wanted. Although that sucks that it hit Thoradin. I'm trying, boys. I'm trying. I get there. Any momentary confusion I have, I reevaluate the board, and I get there. So this is something that's very different about the game now than it used to be a couple, back in like Opus 10 days. The board state is not as clear as you like. So technically, Matt's on 4 damage. Sam's only on 2. They both got a lot of backups. Well, now he's on 3 damage, but man, again, just Suarez just feels in control here. And I think again, it's because this deck just never feels down and out. Like, I mean, there aren't really any bad cards in this deck. Like, I don't think Matt is going to have anything he top decks that he's like, oh no, I didn't want to see this. And especially with a burst like Thornton, where it's like, well, okay, whatever I want. Replaying Elvis off of Titus. Ugh, gross. That feels bad. Broska is about to go to the far plane. Join Yuna's mother. Sam's got nothing in hand, so he's still got some hecatons to work with. So he has ways to kind of clear the board a bit, but I mean, granted, I guess if he keeps drawing a summon, he can just grand summon over and over again. But yeah, I can't see Broska living through this turn. Seems like Matt's just trying to figure out how he wants to pay for this. Oh, we did have a card left. Okay. Yeah, that's right. It was Zidane. Now Elvis. That's what Sam's expecting. Nope. Not sure. Maybe he wants to be patient. Wait for something. I mean, again, he has to draw either another Broska or a summon, right, to even do anything with this card. Otherwise, it's technically just sitting there. Oh, Matt is close to running out. Not as close as I thought. He's still got enough turns to easily win this. More Zidane Mill. There's the Luca backup. Now everything gets a lot. Now that Hecaton's basically pointless. And okay, we're gonna X-Star. We actually didn't care about Elvis. Interesting. I mean, we don't have the space for it now anyway. But yeah, why do that when you can just? What did he hit it? He must have hit it with Titan. I was like, wait, Remora isn't enough to do it. And then we'll search out Edel. Sam, hope you got the top deck of your life, son. You're gonna need it here. He's got a Vesphia, which doesn't do him much. Hackathons, which don't do him much with the Luca down now. And Giltitas. Looks like he drew. A Terra? Yep, get back Brynhilder. So we can kill something. Brynhilder, well, is that enough or no? It'll do 8 with the Brynhilder. What we can do though too is, well, we could threaten to attack with the Jin and then Brynhilder, which we can do too defensively. Although I think Meryl's going to come down. Yep, and just finish off that attempt. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is looking like lethal. Sam, got any tricks left, or is this going to be the end of the game? We could sure use our own return burst, love, couldn't we? Certainly not going to get in Kuchaspel. Comes big ol' X-Star. So again, assuming he can cast Brynhilder in hand, he can block with the Jin, cast Brynhilder. Jin's got first strike. Yep, it is enough. Oh, we had enough to get that Ifrit going. Does this keep us alive? I can't tell if we're on 5 or 4 damage. I think we might be on 4. There's Amaterasu. We'll get one more turn. Heart of the card, Sam. Can you push us to game 3? Or is Matt going to the finals? He drew Lulu. So that does give him any summon he wants. Hecaton is so worthless right now, though. It's kind of funny how earlier that card could wipe the board, but the moment either Edel or the Luca come down, Hecaton's value just like he. So here's a question too. You ask about that Zidane. Like, yeah, he stole all that stuff. Does it matter? Does stealing all those cards actually matter? Because he's in a bad spot, right? He's hurting, you know. A good question is how much value is that really getting you? If I don't think Matt's missing these hecatons right now. Maybe misses the Vesvia a little bit, but would the 3 CP Zidane be better that he ripped something off? Then again, he wouldn't have nearly as many points of damage on him if it weren't for that Zidane. So I don't know. If he was on 5 points of damage, the Ifrit would be huge. See, the problem is here too with the Luca backup, the Brynhildr isn't even enough because it'll make it at 6,000, and the Jin can't boost that because Lulu will set it to 5, and it still gets the Anthem buff. Mm-mm. Sam is searching his heart and mind for an answer, and I'm just not sure what exists here. Edel and Titus are the only 2 who can even be damaged. We've got 3 more points of damage to deal our opponent still. Sasano would have been great if we drew it. I don't know if we would have even had enough to cast it, though. Maybe. I think we might have had just enough. And Matt is close to decking out, so if he can stall, that's it. That's his win condition now, right? We're not going to hit him for damage, but he's still got too much left in deck. It's just too much. It's too much. Yep, that's a pass. Is this the end of the road? Is this the ultimate turn, folks? Did we just view the penultimate turn of the duel and now this is the last one? I mean, I feel like even without any form of removal, Matt can just run in. So any removal is just going to be icing on the cake. And there it is. Removal, thy name is Axstar. He was so close to decking out, too. But you don't even have to draw here with the Remora. You just Titan, kill Lulu. The Jin will let you beat one thing. You can Jin and Brynhildr and kill a single thing, but you got 4 other attackers coming at you. Offer Sam to cut. Would you like to cut these 3 cards? Sam's like, I'm good. That's funny. Here comes Titus. I mean, is there any burst that could save Sam here? Anything? Looking for a miracle, folks. Can we get a miracle? Donut just gave Sam a look from the damage down of like, what do you expect me to do? I'm Donut. I'm Donned. I'm how you don't even know how to say my name. And that's it. He's out of gas. I mean, he would draw a card off of it, but it doesn't matter. Even if he did that, he can just run in with the others. Even if he drew like another Brynhildr that he could somehow cast, which I don't even know if he would have had enough CP for it. Same thing with the Merrill. Yeah, it's just he's just decrying that backup. He's like, oh my gosh, it ruined everything. That one and folks, that's what anthems are important. And granted, this is anthems and soirees. This is not the same as like your mono. This isn't your mom's Waka. This isn't your dad's Lulu. Mono lightning anthem. What's that gonna do? Mono water. Pshaw. Get out of here. Congratulations to Matt Okimoto as he goes to the finals, a place he is no stranger to. My God, how many tournaments has this man either won or been in the finals for? Too many for me to count, and I usually keep up with this stuff. Sam looked so much better in that second match. I'm glad he seemed like he recovered. But like I said, this soiree list, it just doesn't run out of gas. I've never seen it have a turn where it just goes, oh, I can't do anything, or oh, I dead drew, or oh, just like it just goes, pedal to the metal. Speaking of which, my pedal is going to go to the metal, to the bathroom, and some water. Stick around. We'll be right back with the finals.